Cold calling. Do I have your attention? So often, business experts and mentors will say, if you want to attract new clients into your business, it's time to smile and dial. Cold calling. But if you have ever made a practice of smiling and dialing on a steady diet, it could very well be that you have encountered some frustration, some aggravation, some disappointment, and this nagging thought that there could and there must be a better way. Well, that's what we're here to talk about. I believe that podcast guesting is the antidote to cold calling, and it is the best and most powerful way to connect with hosts that are interested in talking about what you want to talk about. And they have listeners already established that are also interested in talking about and learning about that very subject matter that you love to talk about. If you have been frustrated with smiling and dialing, my invitation is for you to make the decision today to double down on podcast guesting and to book yourself on 2 or more shows every month for the next year, where you get to have conversations with hosts that are interested in what you have to say. This all presupposes that you're ready to go to the show in the first place. So one of the things I want you to think about are the first of 6 Ps. Number one, you want to prepare yourself, your mindset, and your message so that you are confident and convicted in getting to have the opportunity to talk about it. With regard to your mindset, tell yourself and repeat after me. My work is worthy of a much wider audience, and my business is worthy of sales beyond expectations, and I can't wait to start a juicy conversation starting right now. When you wake up in the morning with that attitude and you approach your day with that in mind, it's amazing what magic can unfold for you. So prepare your mindset. Then decide to position yourself. Why would a host be interested in talking to you? You must have certain credentials or certain unique and powerful point of view that's worth talking about. So what the heck is it? And can you name it and claim it in a way that a host would see that this is a segment that they can't wait to talk about? When we're thinking about hosts, you're thinking, well, what shows should I be a guest on? And that's the part where a lot of people get stuck. But if you prioritize the right shows for your message, you'll never be selling a Rolex watch to a migrant farm worker. You'll be bringing the right message to the right audience, and everyone will win. So think about it. If you are a business exit strategist, for example, you probably want to speak on shows about entrepreneurship where they talk a lot about succession planning and business exit strategy. So even knowing those simple terms for search can help you find the best shows where you can guest. So once you've identified a few shows that would be outstanding and a great audience to message match for yourself, what do you do then? Well, I always advise that you listen to the show or watch the show and make sure it's the right vibe for your tribe. It's the right message for your audience. It's the right editorial environment for you to have a juicy conversation. If you're satisfied that this is the right show, go ahead and post a 5-star review so the host will know that you're listening, and then follow up by making a suggestion about what value you can bring to that conversation. Once you are accepted as a guest, what I want you then to do is to show up as the best you that you know how to be, and to have a juicy, delicious, intoxicating conversation with that host. This isn't about demonstrating how much you know and everything that you've ever accomplished in your life. It's about having a juicy conversation that will demonstrate to the host and to the listener that you have value to add. And then when the host says to you, gee, it's been great having this conversation, what next can we do to move our audience closer into your ecosystem? You'll be in a position to say, I'm so glad you asked. I'd love to have a chat with you. You can book a call with me, or I'd like for you to download my free special report, or whatever it is that you want the audience to do. Just make sure it's easy to spell, say, and remember so that people can actually recall it to actually do it. Remember that you're having a relationship with a host that could lead to the host wanting to do business with you. It could lead to their audience wanting to do business with you. It could be that the host will be so delighted with the value that you brought that when you're in the green room after the conversation has concluded, that the host is already thinking about ways to invite you back to have a follow-up conversation. These are the kinds of things that happen every day for people who like to be in relationship with other human beings, have juicy, delicious, intoxicating conversations that deserve a wider audience, and that also bring beautiful rewards back to those who are having those conversations in the first place. Cold calling is a powerful way to build business, but for some people, it is just not what they love to do. So if you're thinking that there's got to be another way, look at podcast guesting through this new filter and make the consistent effort to guest on the right shows and to bring your best message forward every time you do. I promise that you will have juicy conversations that will lead to new leads, connections, collaborations, and cash in your business. And when people look for someone like you, you'll be very easy to find in a Google search and even more easy to do business with when folks are ready. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be your guest today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next podcast, because for you, cold calling just got a whole new framework that you can put in a box and put the emphasis here instead. Thank you.